What's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining me today. We got another amazing video here for you guys just outside of Thunderhill Raceway. We're finally gonna put the Civic Type R through the test. I've got the mods, I've got the suspension done, I got the wheels. It's time to see what it all can do. Let's get to the video. Alright guys, so we're all set up. We're down at the paddocks, we're all signed in. I got my transponder. Let's go check out some dope cars. It's a NorCal CTR group that I'm with.
Attention in the paddock. Hot match competitors, please fill out the hot match.
Here's where we are set up here, guys. Okay, so a couple of tips for track day. Bring a chair. It almost looks like a chair SpongeBob would use, but whatever. Aesthetics don't matter. Just be comfortable. Bring a chair. Bring spare tires in case you get a flat. You want to be able to get out of there without having to spend extra cash. And then bring cooler, snacks, water, ice, anything to keep you comfortable. There's snacks there, but obviously it's better to bring your own stuff. All right, let's walk around a little more. All right, there's a Ford group. Looks like a bunch of Focus RS's. Got a GT 350R down over there, nice car. More of our crew just showed up. Those are the boys right there. I love seeing this. Just people getting together, enjoying their cars, everything they worked so hard on. Some nice cars here today, guys. Some Subis, Lotus Elise, nice Porsche right there. It's gonna be some battles. All right, so as far as track days are concerned, guys, I'm what you commonly refer to as a noob. I have spent a couple of track days, mainly for manufacturer events. So I've done maybe 1 or 2 laps in a couple of different cars just to see how they feel, but no real time trial or several hot laps back to back to back, which is what we're gonna be doing today. I'm in the beginner group. It's my first time at this track. It's my first time doing all these laps back to back. It's the right place to start. We're gonna go in for the class here in just a minute. Let's go check out a couple more cars and then I'll see you guys when we're getting all set up. I wanna show you guys Miguel's car because he's tweaked it even more. He's got a new wheel setup. Wheels aren't necessarily lighter, but he's on full slicks now. Check this out. It's got the Advan TC4s on full race slicks. G-Force R1s. Gotta tell you, man, looking good, Miguel. Looking good. Kid's fast. We got his dad's Lexus right next to him. Whole family races, man. No wonder he's fast. All right, we're done with the safety class. Now I'm gonna go get paired up with my instructor. I have an instructor. It's a good thing to do if this is you know, one of your first times getting on a track. We all have to start somewhere. This is what I'm doing. I think it's a smart move. Let's go see who we got. So here we are getting ready for session 1. My instructor is just helping me put things away. The important takeaway here is to make sure everything is secure. Make sure nothing is gonna fall out of pockets, fall out of any bins that are in the car. Anything that's loose can potentially be a flying object and be very harmful in the event of an unforeseen accident on the track. Here we go, guys. Going out for the first time in the Type R. Now my instructor will be going over hand signals and commands that he'll be using throughout the day, so I know what to look for and understand what he's trying to tell me as we are driving on the road course.
Okay, go right, go left, whatever. All right, brake, 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 things like that. All right.
Okay.
In the first, just it's an out lap. All right. So all we're doing is warming our tires up. We're not doing anything.
He also does a great job explaining expectations, what to do during the first lap. This being a first time for me, my initial thought is to go gung-ho out of the gate. He reminds me quickly that the first lap is to learn lines, get your tires warm, get your brakes warm, understand the drivers that are around you before you start setting timed laps.
Okay, unless there's somebody who I need to yell or speak up, but I'm gonna just be quiet and I'm gonna watch you take your line. So you look at what line you think you're at. Okay. Don't follow anybody else. Arm up. Stay in the white all the way around.
In the beginner group, beginner 1, beginner 2, and intermediate, drivers have to point you by to let you know that they are allowing you to pass. It is not until advanced group until you can pass willingly, but that's mostly because at that level everybody has a better awareness of what's going on around them.
Stay in it. Stay in it. Stay in it. Let it wind out. There you go.
Especially in the beginner group, group 1 and 2, you can expect to have a lot of traffic, especially in the first session. Everybody's learning their lines, but there's also a lot of new, timid drivers out there. They're trying to figure out things just like you are, so just have patience and have fun. The other big takeaway, especially in the first session, when there's a lot of traffic and you're maybe not moving quite as fast as you'd like to, is to remember that it's important to stay on your line. Even if you're moving slow, it's a good habit to develop and keep. All right, first session is done. We got a little break in between sessions now, just grabbing some snacks, but pretty good experience overall, I think. Definitely a lot of traffic out there, and you guys will probably see that in the video. My coach and I are gonna try and get out a little bit sooner, get staged sooner, so we have a lot less traffic in front of us and see what kind of times, more realistic times we can put down. It's a beginner session. You're gonna have a lot of cars out here. Everyone's trying to learn the course. You just gotta be patient, do what you can. The idea is to come out here and have fun, right? You will naturally get faster, and that's all I'm trying to do. So let's see how it goes in the next round. All right, so that was the third session. Now everybody's breaking for lunch. I already had mine, but ran into a little bit of an issue. It was a little bit surprising, but if you guys have been following, I've got the Mishimoto front mount intercooler. I've got the Greddy oil cooler as well. I don't have an aftermarket radiator, and my front grille on my car is still stock. So I actually ended up overheating on track. That was a little bit surprising, and it actually took me a minute to realize it, but that the needle was pegged at hot, which is not good. So I had to slow down. I had to take a couple of cool laps. It dropped down pretty quickly, but it was a little bit surprising to see the temps go up. You know, unfortunately these cars are known for heat soak. Looks like I need to figure out something with the front grille and radiator. The other problem I was having too, I didn't get enough time to do it before the track day, but my driver's side faux vent, the fog light cover on these cars, it's not cut out, which I'm definitely going to do, because behind that sits the oil cooler, which will definitely help. So still a little bit surprised that I was able to push a car that hard, that I was overheating. It's not super hot, but it is a warm day. But the car is performing amazing. The confidence that this car inspires is otherworldly, and once you get used to the track and start to learn the lines and understand where the off-camber turns and just track knowledge, right? It really, that's where you really start seeing the faster time. So got some really cool time reports to give to you guys here in a little bit. Now we're gonna break for some photos as well. I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so we just went out in my coach's 370Z. He is in group 4 and 5, which is the fastest group out here. Obviously, this is home track. He's got a lot of experience here. He was on street tires and he was doing low 2-minute laps, which is very different feeling speed versus what I'm doing, obviously being a beginner. But learning some great things. One of the common complaints with our gearboxes that I found, I was getting locked out of 4th gear a few times coming into the back straight, trying to shift into 4th, and I got locked out a few times. So I'm going to be addressing that, you know I will. But for now, that's what I got. Other than that, we got one more session left. I'm going to grab some food and then we'll head back out. All right, just waiting to go out for the 4th and final session of the day. It is drizzling a little bit, but hopefully it'll just hit and pass. The group that is before us is still out there on the track. They just started their session, so hopefully it'll dry up by the time we get out there. Really exciting, guys. Let's get it. This is the final session of the day. It is still sprinkling a little bit outside, as you'll hear my instructor point out later in the lap. This is not my fastest lap that's coming up. I apologize about the camera angle. My helmet cam is the only forward-facing camera that I've got. I will be getting better telematics for future videos. Okay, let's fast forward to the fastest lap I put down for the day. Again, I apologize for the camera angle. Please enjoy. So I am so happy the way everything turned out. The car is performing amazingly. As you guys saw in the video earlier, I'll try and post it up if you didn't see it, but I am having some cooling issues. I think it's just because I was pushing the car harder than even I was expecting, but that's a real tribute to two main things: how incredible the Civic Type R is from the factory, and of course the mods and everything that I chose had a purpose behind it, and it all showed today. But the other big factor is having a coach who knows the track really well, who's going to show you the lines. It makes all the difference. All right, so here's the time board. I was in group 1, which is beginner. Group 2 is intermediate. Group 3, 4, and 5 are all advanced. These are the times by session. Session 1 was the slowest for pretty much everybody because we're all learning the track. I'm close to the bottom here, so top is the quickest. Almost at the bottom there, 2:51. Session 2, start to learn the track a little bit better. Again, the coaching makes a huge difference, guys. 2:16, 4:03. You can see how big a difference that's made. Session 3, I'm at 2:11, 9:10. Time's still getting quicker. Everybody's times are getting quicker, right? But I'm telling you, having that coach made a huge difference. Session 4 was when it started raining. Now, it wasn't rain, it was like mist. But still, I had really good practice of the course at this point. Look at my best time of the day, 2:08.083. First time on this track. First time really doing a timed track event at all. So I'm super happy with that. And you can even see it compared to group 2, which is the next group up. 2:08 is definitely not something to shake a tail at. You know, and then of course you get into the Group 3, and they're just, those guys are flying. Group 3 and Group 4 and 5. This is overall. I don't think this actually has the updated time on it, but my boy Miguel, right up there at the top overall. This is every car that was on the grid today. You know, he's the fastest guy out there. It's to be expected. David Mew, he's another guy in my group. Leo is Miguel's dad. You know, Oscar, he's in our group too. There's a bunch of names on there from our group. You know, and a lot of that boils down, guys, to how incredible the Civic Type R is. All right, so it is the day after track day, guys, and I am still buzzing from the experience. What an incredible time at Thunderhill Raceway. I couldn't have expected much more than that. I mean, it was a pleasant surprise having the coach. I really felt like that made a huge difference, and I can't recommend it enough for you guys. One thing I realized is how incredibly exhausting that day was, and you realize what these professional drivers go through, and you know, obviously having the seats in the Civic Type R, those are some of the best factory seats you can have for a track. But I mean, the amount of core muscle you need to use to keep yourself in position while you're driving on a track at those speeds and at those G levels, you really have an appreciation for what these professional drivers have to go through. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me for the video today. That's it for the video, guys. I'm going to be having more track videos coming up here in the near future. As always, stay hungry, stay fast, stay tuned. I'm Michael Baxi, and I'm out.